Ah, something about stormwater. Um, you know that street you have in front of your house? Yeah. And you know those little drains you have sitting there, you have in your gutter or yard? Yeah. You know all that runs into the local river? Yeah. Usually it runs in the local river. Eventually it's supposed to go through a some places runs directly into the local river. The places the water is actually treated, and which is uh, sometimes cities will have the rainwater go or dumped directly into the local river to dispose of it because what comes off the streets is not exactly very good for the microbes who are digesting all the poop that usually is associated with the wastewater treatment plant. And the problem this stuff is for the um, from the streets that it contains oil and byproducts from cars and what have you. It's also great places that people uh, pour down the local sewer, whatever they want from their washing their cars, detergents, like that. Or they clean out their garage and wash with the chemicals to clean the the driveway or the garage thing. It goes into that type of sewer system, which is very harmful to the microbes in the wastewater treatment plant. It kills them. That's what they do. So they just have a pipe that goes off in another direction. Now, when I was under doing graduate studies, we did an environmental. We would go down to a very large river and we would sample the river. And then we bring the stuff back to the labs and we would run the test on it. We found a farmer's field where had this little creek going up with it. It was a man-made creek, mind you. It's not created by God. It's a man-made creek going up to this farmer's field. Wonder why. And we found out that the waste products from the farmer's field were flowing into the thing, the nitrogen and cow poop. hmm But we also found that this local chemical company was using that creek to flush out their chemical tanks. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, when it would rain, there's a difference between groundwater and chemicals. Up to that point where uh, the pipe from the chemical company poured in their stuff, up to that point, the ground was a different color, the water was a different color. But from that chemical company's pipe on downstream, the water was a really different color. So upstream of the pipe, we knew it was nitrogen and that thing, cow poop. South of that, uh, oh, what are they pouring in here? Benzene, one of the products. Acetone, another product. And a lot of long molecule uh, stuff. And of course, we look up their sheet on their thing and find out what are they actually, what's their final product they're doing. But all the waste stuff was going down this creek. So yeah, stormwater. And stormwater's a lot of places. You see, if you live in a big city, you happen to see those little green whatchamacallits over manholes. And what are they doing? They're testing the water from usually coming from a plant to find out what they're doing. Um, I used to flush down my sink um, waste, but it was neutralized to pH 7 using sodium hydroxide. So everything went down my thing was either water or it was salt, something. And in the company, way in the back, the sewer system, right? They would have one of these green things, and it was there to make sure what is coming out of our drains. And and there was a creek right behind the company, a good sized creek and that thing. And our stuff never went into the creek. It went into regular sewer systems. It went to a water filtration plant. And did it go directly into their water filtration plant, or was it dumped in the local creek? Don't know. Don't have a clue. And that very likely that filtration plant could have put in a pipeline to go directly from. Well, they did have a wastewater pipe going into that thing. They could have just as well had another pipe during the rainstorm and have it flush directly into the creek or that somewhat of a river, I think. But that is always a storm drain off. Companies, they're really having the state is having a big problem with companies dumping into rivers, which pollutes the river and kills the fish, kills the plant life, and people like university students can do wonders for the EPA and the state by going in there, climbing over fences, and taking water samples. Yes. Um, as this special place we were testing from the cows and the water thing, we were testing this stuff, and we knew that when it rained down there, he flushed out his tanks. And we were down there, you know, in our black suits taking water samples, and we knew what it was doing. And the state said, well, it takes time. It takes time. Um, so what we did, that thing is, oh, not, I shouldn't say we. I can't, I can't put myself in a bad position here. Somebody, a Vietnam veteran, we had many of them during that time, said, we're going to handle it. So what they did, and this is sort of, uh, I was told by this person who told it got it from that person, who got it from that person, who got it from that person. That other person there, they went in there at night and they um, dug down, uh, drilled down. At that time, drilled down, put holes in the pipe, yeah. And um, they went further on down, cut down. They blocked up the pipe. Mm-hmm. They went back to where they drill holes in the pipe, and they put, I believe, was a white phosphorus charge, uh, something like that. There, white phosphorus. Oh yeah, chemistry lab, white phosphorus. So what happened the next time it rained? Okay, and the guy decides to flush out his big holding tanks. Literally, his backyard went up in flames. And I mean, really went up in flames. He has big pond, stuff that was supposed to be flushed out, produced a great big pond and then ignited. And his whole backyard went up they say 50-foot flames. It's like he's having this stuff is flushing out, and yeah, well, the creek got a little flamey too, and the parts of the river went up in flames too. It's kind of like, oh my God, we don't know what happened. Well, yeah. Well, the EPA did something about it. They fined the guy big dollars, and that's really nasty. But again, cities have the big problem with sewer runoff. And it's not just fertilizer; it's an oil. It's everything else people want to dump in their thing. Um, Grease. Yeah. Why is there grease in this thing? Um, they clean their barbecue grills over the thing, and that that really has a lot of effect on that thing. Yeah, which is contaminating the water system, which contaminates bigger water systems. And if you have been near lakes then too, something like Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Lake Superior, when the stuff is running off into the lake, it contaminates the thing. It's a chemically contamination of these major lakes. And if you happen to be getting your water systems from them, uh-huh, they basically make sure by using chlorine that the lake's water is biologically clean, except for that chemically clean, it's not. And when the things like off the coast of the United States to the oceans, um, you pour this stuff into the oceans, and you for groundwater too. I mean, a lot of these people um, have to build wastewater plants, really efficient wastewater plants, because they're drawing the water out of the ground, which is contaminated with the chemicals, and they have to be able to figure out how to remove the chemicals from the groundwater, which is a very hard and expensive way to do it. There is ways, but it's expensive to do that. And it could have been solved a lot of people if they were very cautious exactly what they dumped in their waterways. Um, I guess we can go to San Francisco, which has a problem with a lot of pollution coming off the land, coming down these small little pipes. And they actually find pipes feeding into the San Francisco Bay, you know, from something that's a mile away. Huh? Yeah, bubbling it up and that. Oh, what we do to our water systems. And that's why many parts of the United States, I can't say many parts, but there are a few parts of that thing, they can't drink groundwater. They, uh, there's no well, well, I have a 200-foot well, but you can't drink it. Well, I drink it. I don't think I drink it. Huh. No, I don't drink it because I found something in it. And it was natural occurring in the water. And when I tested it, I says, "Oh, not a lot, parts per million." But did I say anything to anybody? No, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, not my business. But you save your neighbors. Some of them went to city water, which is supposed to be safe, I think. Wait, is it safe since they get it from Lake Michigan, from Chicago? Ooh. Biologically safe, chemically, don't drink the water. Ooh. Hmm. Nope.